Good morning, my faithful loyal YouTube subscribers. Today is Monday. It is January 27th. The year is 2020. And I've been missing in action. I've been tired as hell, y'all. In between ripping and running to this hospital, getting back into the gym and working out, and just doing a bunch of other stuff. I've just been tired, so I just said forget it. And then mentally, I was mentally and physically fatigued, so I didn't have the strength to do any YouTube videos over the past week or however month of time. I can't remember the last time I did a video. It's been over a week. So, excuse me. This is about 11:42 in the morning. This Monday morning, I've been over here packing. Well, I'm about to give up this apartment and move in temporarily with Earl while he gets back on his feet. So, my lease was up here anyway, so I've been here a year. I know it doesn't feel like it, but yeah, it's been a year. And so my lease is up, and I'm going to not renew this. Plus, they were trying to go up in the rent, so I'm going to move on in peace. Gosh, yesterday was a tough day for me. I was really saddened by Kobe Bryant's death. And the death of his daughter, it just really saddened me. I just couldn't, you see, there are good guys and there are bad guys. And I always hate to see us lose the good black guys. A family man, married with children, as far as we know, doing everything. He's had issues in the past, but in fact, one of his youngest child is only 7 months old. She will never even get to even know who her father was. It was just a horrible situation. I think a lot of people were saddened by it. It was shocking because I was at the gym working out doing legs. And when I got that, literally, I said, I almost didn't even want to work out, but I just kept going. And I went on and completed my leg exercises. But I was really saddened by it. Life, I keep saying this, and I've said this over and over, life is fragile. And we don't know what happens from day to day. That's why you should take life as a gift and enjoy it. Live it to the fullest. Do what makes you happy, because you don't know what may happen tomorrow or that same day. When Kobe woke up yesterday morning and caught that helicopter flight, something he probably did every day, probably didn't even think much about it, and that he owned the helicopter. He had been catching flights for the past 20 years from his home, or close to 20 years, however long he lived where he lived at, going back and forth to the Staples Arena. It's just sad to see one of our greatest athletes died so suddenly and so young. He's only 41 years of age. It just makes you rethink a lot of stuff. It makes you rethink a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff you just get grateful for. Because we don't know what might happen from day to day. And so you just have to, live life to its fullest and do things that make you happy. And if you're not in a happy situation, you need to get into a happy situation or figure out what's making your life unhappy and make those corrections, because you just don't know what may happen from day to day. You just don't know. For example, dealing with Earl in the hospital, dealing with this illness, dealing with this illness, it's just been shocking. It's been pretty bad. And I don't know, just kind of left me fatigued, mentally and physically fatigued. And sometimes you have to take a rest and take a break, and that's what I was doing. I was taking, like today, I said I was going to take my time and begin packing the stuff, which is what I'm doing. I'm going through a lot of this stuff. Some of this stuff I've been moving from place to place. I haven't touched like clothing, going through this stuff, sorting through this stuff, and it's not a lot of stuff in here. But my problem is everything's spread out on 3 levels. So I got to get all this. This was the worst mistake ever, moving into a 3-level townhouse. Never again. But now I got to get all this stuff packed and ready for the movers this week. Whatever I'm taking with me, most of the stuff is going into storage. Yeah, but Kobe's death, this tragic death, should remind us that, how bad the situation is. Yeah, because it's so bad. His death, unexpected, tragic, young, successful, superstar, athlete. The top of his game when he left. Retired a few years ago in 2015, I think he retired in 2015, 2016. Moving on to the next phase of his life, worth $500 million or something like that. It's just shocking. And it just really, really left me sad. And as I was watching the news today and watching the reports about it, just don't know what might happen from day to day. People have got to learn to enjoy life, live it to your fullest. They believe that the pilot took off in fog, and the conditions were foggy, and the pilot may have had the helicopter too low. They don't know if he hit some wires, electrical lines or something, and they just don't know. So, I don't know. This reminds me of when Aaliyah's plane crashed a few years back, almost 20 years ago, and she was killed in that plane crash in the Bahamas. And how sad that made me. She was also in the prime of her career. A very successful singer at that point. So, you better ask yourself, as you go through life, some of us are allowing life to get the most of the best of us, and we're not happy. And some of us are miserable. And you have to ask yourself, what am I doing that my life is so miserable? What can I do to make myself happy? Because what's the sole purpose of going through life being miserable forever? At some point you have to find happiness and be a happy person, because life is fragile and you don't know when you're going to leave this earth. So just keep that in mind. We don't know when, or you really won't be leaving Earth, because you're going to die here on Earth, and then like you're flying off into the stars or something. You're just going to die here, they're going to put you in the ground, and you're going to turn to dust. You will still be here on Earth, but not in the present form that you're in. So let me get that straight. You're going to be flying up with angels to heaven. That place don't exist. So, anyway, life is it's just funny because every day I go to this hospital. I'm in that hospital, and it's just weird because some days everything's calm and cool, and some days there's some chaos going on with some of those patients up there, which is to be expected in the hospital. People code this, code that. Doctors, nurses running here, going there. It's a hospital, and there's always something going on. He's scheduled to get out of the hospital on February the 4th. So this journey will begin to come to an end. And he's doing much better now. He is walking somewhat. So, the next 30 days, the next 30 to 60 days, he will be 100% back to normal. And this will just be a side note, an episode in our lives that unfortunately he lived through it, because this season a lot of people with the flu didn't live. A lot of people who had the flu and pneumonia didn't make it. So for some reason he did live. You better be grateful and learn to appreciate life. Get it back together. Some days he's okay at the hospital, and some days he's real grouchy, and some days he's really sad. And I get it, because he's trapped in this place and can't leave just yet. But he'll be out of there on the 4th. That's less than a week and a half, or less than that, I don't know. he can go home and then start doing his outpatient rehabilitation. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Where I live at, there is the leasing agent. She was pregnant and she lost her baby over here, and it's been really sad over here. I just saw that the residents and everybody was shocked because we would see her every day. They had a baby shower and all this stuff, and she was looking forward to having this big child, and she lost her baby last week. And it's just been sad over here. It's been really, really sad over here. But that's right here in our neighborhood. So I'm not sure when it's just tragedy. Life can be tragic sometimes. I think sometimes it's a part of life. And we have to learn to accept it and move on. Back to Kobe and his situation. He lived a good life. Can't nobody deny that. He lived an exceptional life. And he started off young in the NBA. He had a very successful career with the NBA. And he was one of the black folks who got in and out of the NBA. He still had his wealth and his fame and his brain, and he's still intelligent. And he didn't let fame and drugs and other stuff tear him down. He built a life, a successful life. And it just is awful. When you see good black folks die, it makes you stop and think. And it happens, unfortunately. Some good black brothers lose their lives. And he was a good one. A good guy, a good husband, a good provider for his kids, a good father, all of the above. I don't know him personally. I'm only going by what I see outside the media. But I'm pretty sure the media got it correct. He was a good guy. As far as we know. But anyway, I am about to get dressed. It is going on 12 noon. And it's going on 12 noon. And I'm about to get dressed and get my day started. Anyway, I'd like to hear you all's thoughts and opinions about the tragic death of Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the other passengers. There were 9 people that died in that helicopter. They released the names of the other people. I was reading about them this morning. It's just a very tragic, sad event. And we'll just see what happens over the next few days in regards to his funeral arrangements for him and his daughter. Anyway, if you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. I'll be back to do some other videos. Like I said, I was wore out, exhausted, and just getting my strength back myself. So today it is Monday. It is January the 27th. The year is 2020. I'm out of here, and enjoy your day.